This president has vowed to stop Iran from having a nuclear weapon, and yet the IAEA report scheduled out this week says that Iran has the sufficient information to design and produce a workable implosion nuclear device that has all the critical steps necessary. So what's the president going to do?
I think I got this question before. I'm not going to anticipate a report that hasn't come out yet. I do believe it will echo our concern about Iran's behavior. I think that it's obvious to every one of us who have observed Iran over the past number of years that because of this president's leadership, we have created a situation where there is a high level of consensus in the international community about Iranian behavior. It is clear now to the world that Iran is the problem. It is not the United States. It is not the international community. And that consensus has allowed us to act to implement the most aggressive, isolating, destabilizing sanctions in history. Those sanctions have had an effect, and our overall effort to isolate and pressure Iran has an effect. We will continue to push the diplomatic course here and to make clear to Iran that it needs to choose to uphold its obligations to the international community with regards to its nuclear program.
I understand about there have been a number of aggressive actions taken and increased sanctions, and yet the report suggests that Iran has moved even closer to building a nuclear weapon. So how is it that these sanctions have been successful? They've had an effect on other things, but Iran is still now very close to building a nuclear weapon.
Well, again, I don't want to get ahead of the report. I do expect it will echo our concerns, and I think that the fact that Iran continues to misbehave, if you will, is something that concerns not just the United States, but the broader international community. And that international community, because of the actions we have taken, is now focused on pressuring Iran rather than, as was the case prior to this president being in office, blaming the United States or other actors for not handling this appropriately. So, again, I don't want to get ahead of the report, but you can be sure that we will continue to work to pressure Iran, to isolate Iran, and we know from our own analysis as well as what the president of Iran recently said that those efforts are having an impact.